Hello, everyone. Today I'll be telling scary stories told to me by some very trusted individuals. It'll be completely up to you to decide whether or not you believe them. Let's begin. I had just moved into this house. After years of searching with my siblings and my mom, we finally found a decent home. It was a feeling of relief knowing we had our own house and didn't have to stay at another person's house every night. Yeah, it was that bad. For once, it was nice to know that we were back on our feet and didn't have to depend on others for our basic needs anymore. We were happy. That feeling didn't last. That same night, I had the worst nightmare I'd ever had. It was our new home, but something was a little bit off. The colors seemed dull. As I approached the house, our house, I walked through the front door, finding absolutely nothing. Not even the carpet. It's as if someone had ripped it out and just left the bare concrete flooring. Whatever, I shrugged it off, and as I walked through, I noticed the walls had holes. The kitchen was covered in roaches and worms. The windows were all shattered as if someone were throwing rocks at them. I couldn't stand the inside of the house anymore, so I made my way to the back door of the house that led to our backyard, and that's when I saw it. A dark figure behind our shed, beckoning for me to go over there. It scared me, so I turned away, but it felt as if I was getting pulled. I felt myself walking over there as if my body was moving against my own will. Eventually, I was right in front of it, terrified. Although it had no facial features or any sort of eyes that I could see, anyways, I knew it was staring at me. It raised what seemed to be a long black arm of some sort and pointed it towards the wooded area behind our backyard beyond our fence. And that's when I saw the most vivid, gruesome thing no one in this world should ever have to see. I saw my older brother, his lifeless body covered in red, lying there, motionless with his eyes wide open, as if he had just seen the most horrific thing before that. I could feel myself screaming, wailing, running towards him. But there was no sound. The distance between him and me just kept getting longer and longer and longer until finally I woke up gasping for air, sweating profusely. I knew, God, I knew something wasn't right about this place. A couple of weeks went by, but the dream still remained vivid in my mind. It began to drive me insane. Why would I see something like that? Was I going crazy or did it mean something? My thought process came to an end when I heard my mother screaming at my older brother, asking him, "Who did this to you?" My brother was clueless to what she was talking about. "Your back. Who put those scratches on your back?" she said. She was hinting that he had gone out with a girl. But I knew my brother. He would never do something like that. Plus, we were doing yard work all day out front, and I would have noticed if he had gotten hurt. However, when I took a closer look at his back, my heart stopped. I began to hyperventilate. I began to get dizzy. Now, this is going to sound crazy to some. Even I think it sounds crazy. But after this encounter, I genuinely believed that there were some forces at play here that no one understood. My nightmare, the overnight scratches on my brother's back, the uneasy feeling I get whenever I see my shed. Something must have happened back here. I'll be glad and you'll be sad to know that I never figured it out. Upon telling my mother all of this, and her being a huge believer of spirits and demons, wanted nothing to do with that house anymore. We ended up finding a better house months later, and all is well. My brother moved on, went to college, got his own place, but I still call him every day to make sure he's okay. I'll never forget what I saw in that house. And I pray to God that no one ever has to see the same thing I did. You guys take care.